There is some really simple methods where you can use automations just to make sure that you get stuff into your pipeline, assigned to your reps with notifications on important information on what page they were on when they submitted the lead or made the submissions, and making sure that the notification goes to the salesman and that you're running on your leads quick enough. Speed to lead will be the thing that make you win every time. Competition is high these days, and people don't care if you need a toilet break or you need to go for a lunch or if your dog is stomach sick. People want answers, and they want answers yesterday. So speed to lead, that's the method. It will make all the difference, and you have so much hidden deal flow there that you can't afford not to do it. Have a look at this.
This workflow is triggered when a customer reply anywhere. So we can go out and look at that website. So no matter if you write in the chat here, or you go to a particular object to fill this form, or you go to the contact page, for example, no matter where you enter a message on their site, flow will be triggered. It's called customer replied. So you can choose what channels it should react on.
Yep.
Secondly, what's happened is that it creates the contact in the CRM with the first name, last name, email, phone. Then we send a lookalike audience to Google AdWords campaigns, which is very similar to if you have a thank you page, which you can see the event name here is the thank you page, because they use some external agencies for Google AdWords and Facebook ads and stuff like that. So we're hooking up on the same kind of event name as when they do it with a landing page. So they get the statistics there as well. Then we're using AI here to read the incoming message body. Just going to expand this a little bit. So what you can see here is it reads the message body from whatever that prospect were writing, and it then has the one task to try to figure out whether one of these tags could be applied to the conversation. So the AI is making the job here of trying to sort and segment the incoming messages. So was this a buyer in Marbella? Was it a buyer in Dubai? Is it someone that wants to sell in Marbella or sell in Dubai? Or do we only know if it's a buyer or a seller? We didn't manage to figure out whether it was Marbella or Dubai, or was it something different, like someone trying to sell something or spam or whatever. We then use the condition to listen to the response of the AI. So you can see here it's the same name as this one, AI lead categorization. So it's listening to the response, and we have different branches then based on whether it was a seller, buyer, rental, seller, buyer, Marbella, and so forth. So going down a bit further here, we can then see that, for example, let's say it was a buyer in Marbella, then adding a tag to build the segment in the database and creating an opportunity in the pipeline so we can trace or backtrack. And we're setting the last attribution here, which basically is lead source, right? So we know whether this lead were coming from direct traffic, or if it come from social media, or whatever it came from. We get that information into the opportunity so we can track which of the channels giving the best return, right?
Yep.
We're also putting a note on the deal where we put the name, the email, the phone, the message, what page they were on. So if they were looking at a particular property at the time of sending that message, we would know which one it was and which source it came from. We're then assigning one of the agents, sending an internal notification to that agent and to the sales manager. You have a new lead. Now you can see what that looks like this is the actual message. You got a new lead. This is the lead. This is the assigned agent. This is the message we received. This is the page it was on, and this is the page we're on, and this is the source of the lead. And in this particular case, the owner of this agency do not want the different agents to see the contact data of the prospects transparent in the CRM because of security reason. They don't want anybody to be able to run away with the client register, or when they're leaving start to work at another agency, that they will be able to just go in and export, right? So we pushing all of this into a sheet that we call lead master, and we're only putting the first name, last name, and what agents that are assigned in that list. So whenever they are uncertain if a client that they have contact with is already in contact with another agent in the company, they go into this document called lead master, and they will search for the name and they will see if there is an assigned agent or not. This is an example of how much you can automate. And as you can see here, you have different branches for different purposes. If it's a or buyer rental in Marbella or in Dubai, it will be obviously then routed to different offices and different agents based on their preferences.
How many offices does this company have?
This particular has 2 offices, one in Marbella and one in Dubai.
Oh, that's good to know.
So you can see there's quite some activity here. That particular workflow has been used 1,700 times in last year.